fine Saturday morning. It's like late morning. It still counts though. But I want to know how you guys are enjoying your weekend so far. Maybe we'll enjoy it even more so in a couple hours. We'll wait and see you guys. This is United vs. Everybody. I am your host, Sean, of course, and this is the final watch along for our final preseason friendly. And some people are not quite looking at it as a friendly. I would consider this more of a friendly than Leeds match, for instance, but they're all friendlies at the end of the day. But we are taking on Ruben Amorim in AC Milan. Amorim is on the touchline going up against his replacement in Michael Carrick. Some people still are a little hard feelings about Ruben Amorim and his time at United. I think that he definitely was a man who was swallowed up by the scope and the scale of the job. I think that the pressure did start to get to him, but that's kind of academic and moot at this point, right? But we'll see. Some players probably looking for a little revenge. I'll put up, you can see the starting 11 and the subs down below, so make of that what you will. But we will chat about that in a second, you guys. But we are going to get stuck into some news to start things off and talk a little transfer stuff. Not a whole lot to talk about, which is why we were starting a little closer to kickoff today. But that's how we're going to do it, you guys. So make sure you hit that like button for me, please. I'd love to see that number go up. Make sure you subscribe as well, you guys. Love to see that number go up. I do get my validity and my self-worth from my subs count. I don't, but it does make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside to see that number go up. But we are on the road to 5K, so I do appreciate that. And if you're watching on X, consider jumping over real quick, at least just hitting the like button and subscribing if you're new as well. It makes me again feel warm and fuzzy. So, and then share too if you guys get a second as well. But we're gonna dive in. If we get 20 likes while we're live and you guys can keep me honest, I will go ahead and gift 5 memberships while we're live. If we can get to 30 total likes, I'll give 5 more. So you get like half off there. So keep that in mind. It gets everybody closer to a membership as well. And the memberships come with excellent perks. There's a WhatsApp group for starting 11 and Legends. You guys can get a say in the scouting reports. And Legends members get early access to exclusive videos. If we ever get close to signing another player this summer, you'll probably get an exclusive video, detailed scouting report on that player that you'll get the day before everyone else. So nice to give back to you guys because you guys are absolute legends in the chat. So keep that in mind. It is 20% off too right now. I did put a link in the description for United vs. Everybody store. That goes until tomorrow night. So tomorrow will be the last day. 20% off, one-of-a-kind gear. I'm not wearing it today. I did opt to rock the white shirt today, just against my better judgment. Obviously, we are wearing our new third kits today, United, so we'll get a glimpse of those. They are white. I do have quite a few white shirts. This one's one of my favorite. Is the 0102. This is that reversible one. So if you turn it inside out, it's gold and stuff. I like the white side better, but I don't wear white a lot on the channel just simply because it messes with the grayscale on the camera. So you can see I'm a little dimmer, not because the lights are off. The lights are actually brighter than they are, but because the camera is grayscaled by the white shirt, so it does kind of mess with it. But sometimes you just feel like going for it. So, but let me know how you guys are going. Let's talk about some news first and foremost. But actually, let me get involved in the chat first. See who's in here in the chat. Big up, Ian's in the house. Yes, please do like and subscribe. Appreciate that. Ian has some nice words for Ruben Amorim. Let's have a big one today for Ruben showing what he could have had. 4-1 United. Big up. Yeah, 4-1. Danny B's in the house. Yeah, and get your predictions in as well. It is a friendly at the end of the day, but it is nice to see, we're getting fitter, we look sharper, we look really good against PSG, we look really good against Leeds as well. And I'd like to see us keep, we've got players trickling in as well. Kobbie Mainoo's back on the bench, Rashford on the bench now as well. Cunha starting, Bruno back. Everyone's pretty much ready and raring to go. Some of them probably not going to be entirely match fit for Hull, but we'll see. Speaking of Hull, they did actually just finally officially sign Joe Gelhardt, so that they initially couldn't afford it, but then they've managed to scrape together some money to get Joe Gelhardt. So that'll be an interesting one. I'll have to remember to add him to my match preview. We do have a match preview for the Hull match because that's in a week, you guys. This Premier League starts in a week, so we're cruising. But big up, everyone. Make sure to come back for that one, too. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. What you guys are seeing. Ian says it might be a friendly, Sean, but if we don't go out there with a winning mentality. I mean, yeah, you want a winning mentality, but I mean, if we lose, it's like the media is going to go crazy. And if we, it's just the way it is. You guys know it by now. But let's talk about some recent news because we've had some youngsters in action yesterday. So our new Academy edition, Christian Orozco, you guys remember we signed him from Fortaleza in the Ecuadorian League. He scored a goal, his first goal for United, as the under-21s beat Aston Villa 5-0 yesterday. And so Cheeto also had a Cantona-esque goal. Let's take a look at Cheeto's goal while we're sitting here, because his goal was absolutely reminiscent of Eric Cantona. So let's watch this together, shall we? I had to put it in 75 speed because I'll get demonetized if I don't. So boom, well open. They're actually wearing the aways. In there, Cheeto in an excellent little run. One touch, just dinks it over the keeper. Just straight up Eric Cantona-esque. Let's rewind that again. You guys remember the Cantona chip? We all remember the Cantona chip. Turns, looks around as the king that he is. That was a brilliant ball too, by the way. One touch, dink over the keeper, just a little chip, and then he just stands. He knows it's in. He knows it's going in the back of the net. What an absolute peach of a goal from Cheeto as well. And then, not to be outdone, Sekou Kone also had himself a little goal. I gotta make sure I'm not showing this in full speed, and I gotta make sure that I mute it because you guys know legal reasons. But we'll bring this up on the screen as well for you guys. I gotta mute it again. Yeah, Sekou Kone having an absolute barnstormer of a start to life at proper start to life at Lausanne Sport. So this is him on the ball now, cuts in and just rifles it. Absolutely rifles it. Such a wonderful goal from Sekou Kone. And this is off the back of an assist. So he had an assist last week in his last time out for Lausanne as well. So again, he's now getting minutes. He's getting minutes in midfield, which is really what you want him to be getting, right? We want him to be getting minutes. We want him to get minutes in his preferred position. So he's absolutely doing well for Lausanne already. Assist, goal, back-to-back. Absolutely banger from Sekou Kone. Brilliant goal from Cheeto as well. Let's see. He says, who needs a midfielder? We've got Kone. Yeah, that's the Kone that we're looking at, right? Not who needs Manu Kone when you got Sekou Kone. Now, Sekou needs minutes. Orozco obviously scores a goal. He needs some minutes. Cheeto with a beautiful goal. We've got potentially Lewis Page coming in, who I think would be probably ahead of both of them for like in with a shout. Like if we sign Lewis Page, he would be up there with like Tenon Thompson, Lacey, Heaven as in that close to in and around first team. Like probably will get minutes, probably will get domestic cup minutes because Lewis Page played first team minutes for Leicester in the championship last season as well. And he's excellent midfielder. I wouldn't call him the third midfield signing, but he's a very good midfielder. And like Dana says, peach for goal. Yeah, Cheeto's was brilliant. Sekou Kone's was just, it reminded me a lot of Casemiro's against Leicester, I think it was, if you guys remember that one. Ian says, click, click, boom. Oh, man, took me back to a long time ago. Remember that song from Saliva that was like their only song? Danny says there's a baller in Orozco. Yeah. Obviously, some of these under-21s friendlies are not being televised on MUTV, so it's the matches will start too. We do also do some watch-alongs for the Academy throughout the season as well when I get time. So keep an eye out for those if you guys are all about Academy action. If you want to get a closer look at what some of these players in the United Academy are all about, excluding Orozco, because obviously I did these videos before he joined, but I do have in the description, there's a link to under 18s watch, under 21s watch, and a lone watch video. So if you're not quite familiar with the Academy, you're wondering what guys like JJ Gabriel are all about, or Shea Lacey, or any of these guys, go check out that video. You get those videos, you get a big breakdown on all of them as well. But while you're there, make sure you hit that like button. Too late to hype. I think you get like a week to hype them, but go check them out still. Danny says, don't think we need Page. I mean, I think I would take both. I would take Lewis Page, and I still think I agree we do need another midfielder. Like I said, if Wilcox rocks into Michael Carrick's office and says, "Hey, Mike, we got you this new youngster. He's an up and coming like prodigy, Lewis Page." If I'm Carrick, I'm saying that's awesome, excellent. Can't wait to see him in action. But where are we at on my third midfielder? Where are we at on my left back? If we do sign any more players, I don't think we're signing any attackers unless we sell Rashford and Xerxes. We do need a left back still. That one could go down to the wire, but we also still do need a center midfielder. So It is. I would love Adam Wharton. I think that would be perfect. I would love me someone like a Lamine Kamara or Sander Berge. I think at this point, the ground eaters who are going to get stuck in as well, they would be just fine as well. But we do need another midfielder because I think the physicality that I'm looking for in a third midfield profile is what's going to maybe be the difference in Champions League. We've seen over the last couple seasons that English clubs are going further and further, and they're physically dominating these other sides because the Premier League is just more physically intense. You get less time on the ball. It's statistically proven. That's just the way it is. Everything's faster. The challenges are more physical. They're more robust. They're more aggressive. That, I think, has been the biggest difference. Throughout like Spain, better players technically like on the ball, but again, the physicality is just overpowering. So I do want someone who is going to make a difference in that regard. Santos, great on the ball. He is more of a back foot. Tielemans not really known for his defensive work. We want someone in there who will get stuck in and just harass the opposition, basically. Yeah, Wharton and Sace would be an excellent combo. You guys know how I feel about Joaquin Sace over at Club Brugge as well. Speaking of left backs, another little bit of news. So I did put the starting 11 up there so you guys can check that out while we're live as well. But speaking of left backs, I've seen some fans and even some journos and major websites. Guys, there are accounts that I do not follow because they just report everything, which is fine. You want to talk about everything, fine. But some of these accounts are saying that, hey, Lewis Hall is close because Newcastle just signed Dedic from RB Salzburg, or maybe he's at Leipzig, who is a fullback. And that apparently means we're getting Lewis Hall. And I literally have to go on and post, like, slow your roll because Dedic is a right back. He is not a left back. And the article is very clever. They're like, oh, he's a right back, but he can play left back. Like you go look at his heat map, he's a right back. Like he's not a left back. He would be a Kieran Trippier replacement at Newcastle. He's not going to be a Lewis Hall replacement. If we're in for Lewis Hall, I don't think it's completely off the table yet, but it's getting more and more difficult, and it's probably going to be more and more expensive now, unless he literally puts in a transfer request. If we're in for him, why did we wait till August, when they sold everyone and now they don't need any money and they're digging their heels in? It just doesn't make any sense. This best-in-class recruitment team is absolutely shit show, man, an absolute shit show. But it is what it is. Ian says, number 9, proper number 9. Yeah, I just don't think we're going to be getting anybody unless Xerxes or Rashford leave. I would love both to leave because I don't think Xerxes is quite good enough. And obviously, you guys know my feelings on Rashford. It is what it is. But yeah, I would love another goal scorer because Xerxes just doesn't score enough goals. He's got some goals this preseason. He scored some bangers. That goal against Rosenborg was a filthy thing of beauty, just sending the defender and the keeper off to the stands for a pie. I am getting coffee because reasons. Danny says he would love it if Ineos shut him up and got Wharton. Yeah, it's been super, super quiet on Adam Wharton, which is interesting. Maybe I need to shoot a text over to to Mr. Feathers to see if anything's going on. I'm always a little hesitant, but I think Feathers knows I'm just messing around. But he also knows that I love Adam Wharton. I think he's the closest thing I've seen to Michael Carrick since Michael Carrick retired. So, and I've done a whole video on Adam Wharton. You guys can go check that out. It is in the link in the description as well. But let's take a look at this starting 11 and who's on the bench. So as you can see, I've got the starting 11 up here. Cunha is probably rocking that central role, which I think in the absence of Šeško, he would probably be my preferred choice to be the understudy because he does tend to operate a little bit more centrally. Now, he is going to be playing on paper as the left winger. That's just the way it is. But I think that he's definitely a little bit more dangerous kind of in those half spaces in the channels where he's can cut in a little centrally. And we saw that for Brazil as well. He was very, very dangerous for Brazil in a more central role, that false 9 role. So I think that in the absence of Šeško, he would be the one that I would consider moving more centrally. Dorgu on the left, Ahmad on the right, which means Mbeumo is on the bench this time. Mbeumo has played a lot of minutes, so it's fine. Bruno in the 10. And then we've got both our two midfield signings starting today in Andre Santos and Tielemans. They are in the pivot. I'm very curious to see what that looks like. This is probably our strongest midfield going into the season at the moment. I do think, obviously, Kavi is there, but I do think that both Santos and Tielemans are a little ahead of him at the moment. But we've already seen Tielemans and Bruno really linking up well. It's nice to have another player like Tielemans in a deeper role in the pitch where he can actually do some of the things that Bruno does in terms of ball progression and really playing those elite level passes. It's nice to see that Bruno doesn't have to keep dropping deep to come and do that, where he can just stay where he's most effective, and that ball will get him there. Why haven't I asked him yet? Well, just because I don't talk about everything that I talk about with Feathers, because I don't want to I don't know anything. I'm not sort of ITK. Like, I'll just put that out there now, in case you're watching Feathers. Most of the time, it's just like if Wharton has a brilliant performance, I'll just shoot him a text and be like, "Look at that shot!" Like, I would love to see that at Old Trafford, and he just laughs and stuff. It's just funny. But yeah, I'm not. There's definitely no ITK stuff going on, and even if there were, I wouldn't say anything because I wouldn't want to get anybody in any trouble. But Feathers is a good guy. I met him through my PFA course, that year-long course I did, the postgraduate certification. You guys can go check out the interview that he did with my with the channel back in March. It is on the homepage. And if you know, he is Adam Wharton's agent, but he's also Chris Smalling's agent. He's also Adam Wharton's brother's agent and stuff. So he represents quite a few people. He's based in Manchester too. So if I get to go back this season, which I'm hoping for, I'd love to link up with him as well. He's just a good guy. Yeah, Ian agrees, best center mid we have. Yeah, it's a good pivot. I like the look of that pivot. It's not going to eat up a lot of ground, right? I think, like I said, Tielemans not really the quickest, not really known for that, and Santos definitely is more Casemiro-like in terms of back foot, anticipate, cut out the pass, make the interception, that kind of stuff. He's not going to go chasing things around like Ander Herrera or N'Golo Kante. And then the back four probably are most fit, but I mean, the only ones right now with everybody being fit, you could argue maybe you take out Heaven and swap in Licha, Shaw, Aiden Heaven, Maguire, and Mazraoui, who honestly going into the season, I'm starting Mazraoui over Diogo Dalot because I just think he's a better fullback all around. And then Big Senne Lamens in net, who's just, Schmeichel in disguise as well. On the subs bench, we have Heath, me, Amas, Dalot, Licha back on the bench, Yoro, Collier, both the Fletchers, Jack and Tyler. We've got Cobby getting some minutes as well, hopefully against the manager who just never gave him a look, even though he was, at the time, one of our best midfielders. JJ Gabriel and Shea Lacey all on the bench as well. And then we've got Mbumo Rashford, who makes his return to the first team squad since he was kind of exiled by Amorim a year and a half ago. And rounding out is Joshua Zirkzee. So rounding out two attackers that probably... If I were director of football, if I were Wilcox Brada, I would probably be looking to get them out of the club so we can bring in someone like a Tresoldi or even like an Ivan Toney or something. But it is what it is. But let me know your thoughts on that 11. We will be talking about preferred and maybe even best 11s later on this week. Next week, we do have a kickabout episode planned for this week. I need to connect with Dylan and Ian to see maybe what day works best for them. And then, because I know Dylan's going to be starting up school again soon because he is a teacher. And then we will also do the preview of the whole match later on that week, next week as well. But yeah, for that season prediction episode of the Kickabout, we will be kind of taking a look at where we think the table is going to look like, who could be relegated, who's going to be in the top 5, what we need to see from United in terms of finish, silver, all that kind of stuff. The best 11, how many assists might Bruno get? What would be the next academy player to come through into the first team? And, yes, best 11s, things like that. So they will be talking about all that and more in that episode. So make sure you have the bell hit so you guys don't miss out on any of that as well. But get your thoughts in on on that starting 11. Anybody you'd like to swap out, anybody you prefer to see. Obviously, Ugarte's injured. Mount's not going to be there for a while, which is kind of too bad, mainly from a preseason standpoint, because Mount was having a really good preseason in a deeper role. It's not at all where I want him to be, but he was having a decent preseason. Let's see, Danny's doing some scouting. Andre, I feel like that name is familiar. I feel like I did scout Andre at Corinthians already, Danny. Pretty sure I did that already. If I didn't, then he might be on one of the next videos, but I'm fairly certain I did that. Let me look at Andre Corinthians. Yeah, so my Google history shows that I have searched for him multiple times. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I scouted him. I am working on the next scouting report, and then I've got 2 more after that ready to go pretty much as well. A lot of players in there. You guys know I do a lot of scouting reports. It is also an opportunity afforded to the starting 11 and Legends members like Danny just did. You know, if you are a starting 11 and Legend member and you have a player that you like, that you think is worth taking a closer look at, that maybe I haven't already scouted, that's a challenge in itself. You can find a great player that I haven't scouted yet, and like, kudos to you. I'm not saying I'm the expert, but I've done a lot of scouting reports on the channel, so from a numbers game perspective, you'd be hard pressed to find someone that isn't on the list already or I haven't already scouted. So, but yeah, I will say though that if you are a starting 11 and Legends member and you do have a player, leave the name in the comment section of the video itself, because I will not be able to find it. I rarely go back and sift through the live chat. So if it's in the live chat, I might not remember it. But we are just 5 minutes from kickoff, folks. If you want me to put the score on the screen, I can. I figured you're watching along anyway, so you already know the score, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Sometimes the Foot Mob or something is ahead of you, and I don't want you to get any sort of spoilers. If you are ahead of the live stream on my end, please don't spoil if you can help it. I know it's hard, but it is what it is, guys. Danny's breaking my rules. What do you make of the third strip, by the way? We're going to see that here shortly. I know they did the release video. Honestly, the release video for it is an absolute banger. It's just so interesting to me, though, because this is now a couple videos in now that United have done the last couple years that, and I'm not jealous, it's more of a commentary on just the way football is now. But you've got guys like Angry Ginge in a couple of different little short videos for United now, which just shows you the influence, you know, that YouTubers and content creators and stuff, when you stick to it, when you're good at it, when you work hard at it, like, that's like the reward for a lot of it. So interesting stuff. I do like the overall look of the design of the kit. I like the color scheme and stuff. I'm not super keen on the subtle, sublimated graphic. Like, I get the influence, like the Salford Boys Club and ever. I get that. I'm not super keen on all the logos centrally. To me, it looks a little odd, in my opinion. It looks like an elevator dial or something. That's a little interesting. I didn't see the need for that personally. I do like that it's minimal, as in just the devil, no Snapdragon word, just Snapdragon logo. So that's pretty cool. I like that concept. But I think sometimes, and maybe like the black one from last year, maybe it'll grow on me. You guys know I didn't really like the look of that black one first, and then I ended up buying one because it ended up growing on me a bit. So we'll see. But I think overall, Adidas did a really good job this season, and so I don't have a problem with it. And that might be something we talk about in the in the season predictions video. Like, what are you rating the kits? You know, which one's your favorite, kind of thing. We can talk about that a little bit too and put them all up on the screen. Has anybody bought any of them yet? I have this year's home and the away as well. So the white one and the blue one, or not the white one, the red one and the blue one. If you do want to get yourself one of these new kits too, and you don't want to spend an arm and a leg, there is also a link and a code, an invitation code down in the description for GoGoalShop. If you use that code when you register at GoGoalShop, and there's a link, you will get $5 off as well. But they do have this year's home, they do have this year's away, they have a player version, they have a fan version. They're not expensive. They're like $30-$35. Obviously, they're not legit. They're not coming from the club or like Fanatics or something, but it's as close as you can get. Honestly, if you didn't scan the QR code in the armpit, you wouldn't be able to tell. But they are pretty good. You guys know I've used GoGoalShop a couple times. They've got retro kits, they've got tracksuits, they've got kids, they've got internet, like national team shirts. They've got everybody on there, so go check it out. Ian says YouTube and online content, every form is taken over. Yeah, it is, and honestly, I'd even go as far as saying that for like just mainstream journalism in general. I mean, look at the kind of some of the English journalists were bad enough, but now they're struggling so much to keep up with the popularity of like major content creators and stuff on YouTube that they've got their own YouTuber, or they're trying to be a little bit more sensational and clickbaity now just to try to stay relevant. I've said it many times. A lot of money wasted on journalism degrees in the UK. Nowadays, if you just have a friggin' blue tick Twitter account or X account, I guess you can call it, if you call yourself a journalist these days. So it is what it is. I know I sound like I'm being elitist. I'm not trying to be elitist. I give flowers where they're due, and I give criticism where it's due. I'm not trying to like bash anybody. I'm definitely not trying to say I'm better than anybody. I just, I call it like I see it. So it is what it is. Got me some coffee. We should be kicking off here in a second. I'm going to go ahead and turn my match on here. Make sure you hit that like button, please. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, everybody. We should be kicking off here any second. This match. Who's got MUTV? Is this on MUTV? It should be on MUTV. I'm watching MUTV, but there's just commentary at the moment. Ian's funny. Oh, it's because it's not. Am I not logged in? Yeah, I am logged in. I'm already subscribed, you guys. What is going on here? MUTV sometimes messes up, and it doesn't have you log in right away. It's really strange. So I have an account. So I'm gonna go ahead and figure out. Yep, I have an account. Yep. On now, I'm already subscribed. Oh boy. Sorry guys, it's not popping up on MUTV for some reason. I just have to go ahead and find it now. It's not This is gonna be awkward if I don't have it. So they did a pre-match, everything. Ian says, MUTV is only available in UK and Ireland. Well, I have MUTV, that's how I've been watching matches, but for some reason it is not showing it. So this is going to be super frustrating if I can't find this on MUTV anywhere. So bear with me, people. We're trying to figure out why it is not on here for some reason. It's getting on my nerves already. Like, what's the point of paying for MUTV if it's not gonna be showing it right? It's really annoying. It's only being you can't be serious. You cannot be serious. There's no way they can only show it in the UK and Ireland. That's absolutely embarrassing. You can't charge people money for it and then not show it. All right. Now we have to now we got to do some finagling here. And let's get it going here. Where are we at? Bear with me, you guys. Apparently United are being fucking little bitches about their NUTV. I'm going to have to go ahead and email somebody because that's some absolute bullshit. Happy to take my money, but without giving me anything in return for it, so that's cool. Annoying. Now I Got to go through some little fun ways to get behind it here and find a way to stream it here. There we go. We still doing the pre-match here? Is it not actually kicked off here? That's cool. That's fine. So we're about a minute in. Mine hasn't started yet, so. If they seriously just, that's annoying. I don't have a subscription to beIN Sports, Danny, because I don't watch anything that's on beIN Sports, unfortunately. So it is what it is. So that's cool. Gotta love when when the TV rights and everything, like, that's just annoying, man. I'm figuring it out, folks. Don't leave yet. We are getting there. I'll get to it. I'm just trying not to have to rely on a dodgy stream site. Personally, all right, I got it. We're good. It's a big shadow on the pitch here. So I'm at 25 seconds now. So Dogu just firing one in here on my screen. So big shot for Dogu. Wins the corner. We're good now, folks. I got it. So I'm at 38 seconds in. We just won a corner. And I will be on the phone with MUTV later on today because that's some old bullshit, Granddad. So we got ourselves a little bit of a corner situation here. Like to see us get a little better at corners. Personally, I think I like that we're creative. We scored some really good ones last year. Like that one against Spurs was excellent, but I'd also like to see us go and attack these balls a little bit more. Without Casemiro, I mean, we're going to be struggling, I think, on some of these free kicks and these corners, personally. Okay, Bruno's about to put this ball in here, and refs stopped it because some issues here. Would you guys take Tomori, by the way? I know he was reportedly put up for sale by Ruben Amorim and AC Milan. I would take him. I think he'd be a good option. Corner's in. Hey, Maguire, go on, Harry. You're an absolute wizard, hooray. Go on, slab it. Harry Donut, getting it done. Absolutely. Just throw the head at everything, Harry. So I don't get why people don't rate Maguire, why everyone's so quick to want to get rid of him. Like, he's not, like, super old. Like, he's effective. He's a good leader. He's a good guy to have in the dressing room. Would I build a team around him? No. He's not going to be here for the long term, but he's bossing it, man. He's absolutely bossing it. But he's an absolute winner. Go on, slab it. Go on, slab it. Can we count that as Bruno's first assist of the season? What an absolute, like, that's just a shit goal to concede, too. Like, man. That deserves a coffee sip. See, the kits look fine, but I think that I don't necessarily need the little graphic on them, but. That's a fast start. So 1-0 United. I assume you guys are watching it, so I don't need to put up the scoreboard. I can probably take off the 11-2 while we're at it, because you guys are also probably watching it, so it doesn't really make a difference. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now as well. Oh yeah, I forgot about Yashari, he who shall not be named. Is he actually playing? Looks like that's him down there. It's hard to tell because there's a huge shadow over half of the, pretty much almost 80% of this pitch is covered in a giant shadow. But I do like Arden Yashari. I think with Tielemans, though, I don't know if he's necessary, but you guys know how I feel about Yashari. He's as a deep-lying playmaker, that Stiller, Adam Wharton type playmaker. He was absolutely bossing it at Club Brugge. Went to AC Milan and it just didn't quite work out. Obviously, Milan, though, they sacked, managers and whatnot. It wasn't quite working out for them anyway. So sometimes you do have to look at what's going on at a club, bigger picture, managerial changes, all that kind of stuff, finances as well. And that can be a big indicator as well. Sometimes it is more about the circumstances and less about the player. Because Yarden Shardy is an absolute boss of a player. Comfortable on the ball, under pressure, good passer. Pavlovic, another defender that I did a scouting report on. I think he was in my Licha replacement videos. He would be mentality-wise. He's like Vidic, the way he plays. Don't know why I'm yelling. Getting loud for no reason. I think I'm just excited. So Milan just doing Ruben Amorim things right now. Just slow play out from the back. Watch this wide player. Watch this wide player. Is that a Stupinian? Is that who that is down there? Well done. Well done. Tielemans putting some really good pressure on the ball. Oh, Tielemans going in late. You would tell because it's a big scream from the Milan player. It was late, but I'm not. I mean, they screamed to get the ref's attention, basically. So, I mean, look at the way Yashari is playing. He's just the one. He's always the one they're looking for on the ball. He's definitely a player that I think Amorim would like, but because he does have that passing range. He's basically doing for Amorim what Amorim had Bruno doing for him, playing the pivot as a playmaker from deep. He is a good player, though. I do like him a lot. Go on, Ahmad. Go on, Ahmad. Well done. I love Ahmad so much. I love Ahmad so much. If you don't rate Ahmad, I mean, what other wingers in football do you see doing this? Ahmad does this at least 2 or 3 times every single match. Absolutely ridiculous, man. He just won us a corner by just doing what he always does, man. It's absolutely beast mode from him. No other wingers do that. Like Rashford in his wildest dreams is not going to be pressing like that. Ball in from Ahmad. Ball's just pinballing all over the place right now. Ahmad took the corner. Interesting. I don't know how many corners Ahmad actually takes. Nope. Bad read there. What is Heaven doing so far forward? See, now Heaven's caught so far forward and he had to go make up for it. Like, he was playing in a left back role and Shaw was behind him still. Again, Shaw, I don't think trusts himself to be able to make that recovery run, and so he's got to, like, Heaven's got to compensate, Dorgu's got to compensate, which is fine if you're up against a team where maybe you're not gonna, who are gonna have more of the ball than us, and Shaw is gonna be sitting a little deeper. He is gonna be doing more defending. That's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But again, this is why left back needs to be probably the next priority signing. Personally, like whoever the long-term left back solution is. I mean, everyone's back now. Shaw is now starting on the left-hand side. If he's fit, cool, but he's not going to be fit the entire season. Long ball over here. Shaw struggling to get that down. I'm at 7:47 right now. It is 1-0 United. Brilliant goal off a corner to a Harry Maguire. I mean, it was almost a free header in some ways. I mean, there was really bad defending there for that one. Granted, and we lose the ball. Well done. Oh, I forgot Loftus-Cheek was there. Remember when a lot of us thought Loftus-Cheek was this mystery midfielder that was being touted in journalism from the media? Tielemans losing the ball a little bit. I told you guys, Arden Yashari, man. He's so good. Just wins that ball. Finds Loftus-Cheek. I mean, it's a bad shot from Loftus-Cheek, but you guys just dallying on the ball is not, it's not ideal. Debasi in the house. Big up Debasi. Hopefully you're having a good weekend. Let me know how you guys' weekend is going. If you guys are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button, please. We're on that road to 5K. Don't forget 20% off in the UVE store. There was a link pinned in the chat, you guys. Go check that out. One of a kind gear. None of it goes in the Glazer pockets. All of it supports the channel. None of it's expensive either. But yeah, Rom would be an easy fix too. If you want to make a statement, you go get Lewis Hall. If you want to keep adequately building right, with again Rom, he would be up there with that Tillemans level signing, an older player, but an inexpensive player. And I don't have a problem with Rom, but I would also expect another signing. And Santos gets a late foul. By Gonzalo Ramos. That looks studs up. That looked studs up there, which not ideal. Kind of clipped him. Yashari looked like one of the spikes clipped him a little bit. But you can't. It's dangerous too because obviously Yashari slips. But again, even if it's accidental and you slip and your studs go in high like that, that could be a really bad injury. So Milan just trying to cut off this out ball while we're trying to build up here, doing a good job. Well done, Thielman. Oh, what? That's a foul, or that's a yellow. That's a yellow. Yes, I'm calling for a yellow in a preseason friendly, but it's a yellow. But what an absolute fucking filthy pass from Tielemans, by the way, like Danny says. And that's what I mean. Having someone who could do that from deep. And not only was it a great pass, but the way he just nutmegs Yashari and then literally the next touch just threads the needle. Like, that's absolute fire. Tielemans is going to be so good for us. The fact there are still people moaning that we didn't pay $90 million for Tonali or $85 for Fernandez when we got Santos and Tielemans for the same price is just, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. But that pass was everything. That pass just sent me, dude. And that first touch, dude. That first touch was just made that whole play because he just left Yashari just wondering. Like, he left a Tielemans-shaped cloud of smoke where he was, and Yashari was just having no clue where he was going. Oh my God, Ahmad. Oh, he should have put that wide to Dorgu. Oh no, not Dorgu. Sorry, I can't tell who it is with the shadow. Should have put that wide to whoever was running up that left-hand side. That was a really good first touch from Ahmad to just get away from the player. Who's this other kid in midfield for them? This number 80. I'm gonna have to look this up now. Oh my God. What do we got here? Musa. That's who that is? Yunus Musa. Interesting. Why is his number so high? Chukwueze, De Winter. Interesting. Barbecue's already started, man. And honestly, those Milan shirts look like they've been sitting on the barbecue. Red with some of like the black grill marks on them. Looks like a steak that someone threw down. Is Ibrahimovic still, what is he, like, director of football or something for AC Milan? Is he still in that role? I don't know what his actual title is. He's got like a Nedved kind of role at AC Milan. We can't sit this deep. We need to step out a little bit. There we go. It's a little too deep. I don't like that necessarily. We can go out and cut off these lanes and put pressure without having to sit back and wait for a ball in the box. There we go. Well done. Was that Mizraoui? Dude, Mizraoui's got to be the starting right back next season. He just does. It's his best position. If we need someone to compensate, send Dallo over to the left-hand side. That looked like a foul throw. Ref needs to get out of the way. He's kind of in the middle of everything. Dabasi, yeah, Milan have not had a good preseason. Is that his title? I don't really know what his title. I didn't know if it was an actual title, if it was just like Maradona, like when he was at that other club, just kind of like he's just there, like doesn't really do anything. I know the Italian league was struggling financially for a hot second there. Could have a lot to do with it. Obviously, some clubs like Juve were getting into some legal issues. Cunha not really getting super involved right now. Like to see Cunha get some touches. So we're still kind of pressing in that kind of 4-2-4 shape. Dogu just getting caught a little too centrally. He's got to move up or move wider a little bit. He's got to cut off that lane a little bit. He's a little too close to Bruno. Big switch of play. Good touch. I liked Estupinian. The guy was always injured for Brighton, so ref, that looked like a foul to me. Well done. Shaw just couldn't find it. Well done, Senna Lamens. Oh my God, what a save. What an absolute save. I love Senna Lamens so much. Oh my gosh, that was his pure class reaction save. How quickly he got down. What is it with us in clearing the box though, man? Shit. That's been like that for like 8 years now. We just trying to pass this or walk it out. Just boot it. But what a save from Lamens, man. Absolute beast mode save, dude. Still 1-0, 15 minutes in now for me. You guys might be a little ahead of me. It took me a second to find the stream because MUTV decided to be a bunch of little bitches and not stream it. They are absolutely getting yelled at. I'm calling somebody and yelling at them. If I can just figure out how to dial UK from my phone. That might take me a second, but you can't charge people and advertise that you're showing all these preseason things and then not show them. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, it says MUTV, but I can't get it in the US. That's nuts, man. Absolutely nuts. Somebody getting yelled at, son. Oh, coffee's getting cold. Yeah, needed the coffee today. It was a long day yesterday. A lot of clients. Back to the vet. Dog's on steroid and muscle relaxers now, so she's sleeping. But yeah, just really it felt like a long week, so it's all good. Danny wants a center back, a left back, center mid. You can add a striker to that. I think that we will try to squeeze as much as we can out of the back line, and unless Rashford and or Xerxes leave, I think we're probably just going to go with what we have in the attack. We still need a left back next summer. I would like to see Dallo sold probably. Would like to get some right backs. I did a video a while back on 5 right backs. I also did one on 5 left backs that United should look at. You guys can go find those and check them out. There's one right back, Van Uwick at Coventry, who's entering the final year of his contract. He's 25, 26. I think he could be very, very good. He's very quick, very direct. I like him a lot. But they're enough. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know if my phone does it. I don't know if Verizon does that. Now it works. I think I have to activate it. It should always be activated because I use it obviously when I call to get the Salford stuff set up and everything. So I've dialed it before, or like when I got the tickets to the FA Youth Cup match at Lee, I had to call on the phone and get those sorted, and someone took payment over the phone. If you ever have a chance to go watch the Academy at Lee Sports Village, you should. It's a good time. Get the suite if you could swing it. It's only like £25 for the suite. Food's included, drinks included. You're indoors. You're in a private little suite, and you've got your own little private box up there. If you go and find the old footage from our FA Youth Cup match against Preston North End from about a year and a half ago, you might be able to see me up there. I'm right next to you guys know the kid Zayden, the big United fan. He's in the wheelchair, right? I was literally like right next to him for that match, so it was good times. The boss says, well, considering they're getting opportunities. Yeah, and we saw that against Leeds too, especially when Calvert-Lewin and Gnonto came on, that we were leaving a little bit of gaps. We were getting done by pace and like those direct plays, and that's something we need to look at as well. So there are some things to tweak. We do have to lock that up. I think Carrick is probably relying a lot on like mid blocks to cut off the space rather than kind of following things. But at the end of the day, you still have to also do some active defending as well, not just kind of defending space. Because space doesn't score, but if you leave the space, then you're giving them a chance to score. But yeah, we'll see. De Ligt's recovery is looking like it's kind of going quicker than expected. I didn't expect to see him till November, so which would have made like a year out. But he's already taking part in some team training. He's getting touches, more and more minutes in team training. Obviously, with the back, it is a little like even just the wrong motion at the wrong time with the back could derail everything. So they are going to be careful. I doubt we're going to see him maybe till I don't think I wouldn't expect to see him until after the first international break. But I also said I wouldn't see him till November. So you never know. Maybe it's cruising as far as recovery goes. Well done winning the ball. Cunha just didn't know what to do with it there. Yeah, I agree. We don't have an out-and-out striker up top, but as we've seen, Carrick is just going to play Mbumo or Cunha, and Rashford is here. Again, I'm not saying I want Rashford to stay. I'm saying if neither Rashford or Xerxes leave, we're not going to buy a striker. Like, that's just the way it is. We're going to play one of these guys. So it is what it is. You know, you guys know I don't always just go by what I want. I have to live in reality, and the reality is unless we sell Rashford and Xerxes, we're not going to get an attacker. So I would still I want a center back. I want a striker. I want a right back. Obviously, I want another mid. I want us to start looking at Bruno replacements. Someone like Enzo Lefebvre or something would be absolutely perfect. I think Enzo Lefebvre had like the second most chances created or second or third most chances created last season in the league. I think he would be an excellent Bruno replacement to start looking at. Guys like that. I would have liked Nico Paz, but that's not happening. I just try to be a little more proactive when it comes to replacing some of the older players, which is why I want a left back now, so we can kind of overlap minutes with Shaw. But it is what it is. It's a pretty physical match, but we kind of knew there was going to be a little bit of the emotional side. Dorgu's got to get a little wider. He's worrying too much about Loftus-Cheek, but there are players around Loftus-Cheek. Like Andre Santos has got him covered. It's fine. And Heaven's got him covered. Shaw's got him covered. And this is the thing with Amorim getting the three, where we're getting kind of overloaded in those wide areas. Dorgu doesn't quite know who to mark, but just big up Rivals. Welcome to the channel. Good to see you. We'll throw you up on the screen. Big up, man. Or woman, whoever. If you're new, you guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'd like to see the community growing. Don't forget to like, too. Remember, I promised if we get to 20 likes while we're live, I will gift 5 memberships. And if we get to 30, I'll gift 5 more. Now, that's not 30 more. That's just 30 total. But big up, Rivals. Welcome to the channel. Everybody show Rivals some love. How are we going to call a foul on us when they were literally fouling Bruno left and right just before that? Come on. I'm not happy about MUTV, but I'm also for a second I was also like, oh great, if it's not on MUTV, then I won't have to listen to MUTV commentary. But the stream I'm watching is an MUTV stream, so I still have to listen to it. Go on, Yashari. I can't help but like Yashari because he was my absolute dream midfielder a couple years back. Ref, come on, man. Laman says no. Shutting the door. Shutting the door. Amorim got a little bit of an axe to grind here. He's got his players being a little physical. Go on, Ahmad. Leaving a little bit late, but we're the only ones who are getting called for it, I guess. So there's one of those kind of days today. Got my moonshine. It's not. It's water. Let me know what you guys are getting up to this weekend. Obviously, Community Shield tomorrow. Is anybody really watching the Community Shield? I'll be hanging out with people watching it, but that's more of just a chance to hang out with people. My buddy Bill, big shout out Bill too. Always such a good host, and he's such an excellent cook. Like I guarantee, any meal you've ever had is nothing compared to the kind of stuff Bill's going to whip up, unless like your grandma, your mom is cooking it. But in terms of any meal you've made at home, like no offense, but yeah, Bill's got it. Plus, Bill makes me beans on toast, so I'm very happy about the beans on toast. He picked up some beans And he's gonna make me beans on toast tomorrow, so I'm helping. Beans on toast and Guinness and Community Shield and hanging out is probably just like I know my dreams are small, but that's literally all I need. Football, beans on toast, and Guinness and friends, and I'm very very happy, man. I have small dreams. Don't judge me. But yeah, shout out Bill. We'll be doing that tomorrow as well, so that'll be a blast. And then busy week, scouting report, kickabout, season expectations show, and then the match preview for Hull, and then we're kicking off on early Saturday morning. Early for me, it's 7:30 Saturday, so Ian would rather watch paint dry than watch the Community Shield. Yeah, rivals. For some reason, Ian was telling me that they're not. Like it's on MUTV, but they're not showing it in the U.S. for some reason. So I'm in the U.S. Clearly, I had to find a dodgy stream to play it. I think it's also on Fanati's as well. If you want me to, I can put the score on the screen. If you'd rather have me put the score on, I just you can let me know. I'm happy to do that for you. I just assume if people are watching it, they're also watching it live. Is this a water break? Are we? What the hell is this? Is this the World Cup? Why? How hot is it in Poland right now? Somebody let me know. Come on. Is it hot in Poland? Let me check this temperature. While we have a hydration break, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, you guys. Oh yeah, I guess it's kind of hot. It's 93 degrees in there right now. It is kind of hot. All right. That's fine. But I mean, since when did we start doing hydration breaks? Come on. Come on. But big up, you guys. Hope you're doing well. Thanks to all the new faces. If you guys are watching, like, subscribe. Check the memberships when you get a second. Check the UVE store. There's a link pinned in the chat. Everything is 20% off today and tomorrow. So you can go ahead and get some sweet one-of-a-kind gear at a discount. And let me know what you make of these new shirts, these third shirts. From a distance they look great. They're not my favorite of this year's, but not super keen on all the jerseys on the logos lineup. Oh, I forgot Luka Modric is still playing football. The dude's older than me. He's still probably AC Milan's best player too. Not great. But his keeper looks about 20 years old. Yeah, Danny's not a fan. I mean, not everyone is super into shirts. I like the concept of like incorporating the floral design. Right? I like when shirts do that kind of stuff. It doesn't always kind of land. Sometimes it is nicer in concept than it is in actual delivery. But I think just all the logos kind of centrally are kind of weird, but it is what it is. I did wear the white shirt today in as a tribute to it, though. I have a lot of those, but this was the one I landed on. I don't usually wear the white, as I said earlier, because it does kind of gray out my face, because the camera is compensating for all the white. That's just how cameras work. So, and I only know that because I used to be a photographer. So that's just the way it is. You keep a little gray card with your camera sometimes when it's really bright, so you put that in front of your camera first to kind of grayscale it, and then it kind of neutralizes everything so it's not too bright. It's that Chukwueze. It's a good ball out. Finding Stupinian. How old is the Stupinian? He's like 28, 29. Got to be by now, huh? Again, Amorim getting numbers forward, throwing that 3-5-2, 3-4-2-1, whatever you want to call it. Gonçalo Ramos could be a good signing for him. I think he's a very Šeško-esque kind of player. He's a bit of an old school 9. Loved Gonçalo Ramos at Benfica. Made probably one of the biggest mistakes of his career going to PSG, though. That was such a bad move from him. He was never going to play. But it is what it is. Ball out to Maguire. A lot of space between Maguire and his teammates. Just kind of putting that bat. Oh, that was not a great ball from Mazraoui. got his foot wrapped around that one a little too much. Needed to just calm down a little bit, and he apologizes. He knows it was not the greatest ball out. Milan doing a decent enough job putting pressure on us right now, but we knew that Amorim liked that physicality. He liked that high press. He tried to get us to do it. Ahmad trying to cover Stupiñán, but it almost looks like Ahmad's waiting a little too much for United to win the ball so he can be in a better position to make a run. Game's kind of slowing down a little bit. Obviously, we scored that early goal off the corner to start the match. We call that another foul. This ref is literally giving them everything, man. Oh, go on, little kids. A couple of cancer survivors in the crowd. Well done. Heroes. Whatever. We've had so many late challenges on us, and the ref didn't even play advantage or anything, man. That's some bullshit, granddad. All right. So Milan have a free kick just outside our box near the byline. Let's see. Watch. Why isn't nobody covering this ball at the edge of the box? That's freaking stupid. Like, why wouldn't you? He's not gonna whip in a ball that close. It's not a corner. He's easily 15 yards closer in the corner. Why did nobody go and cover that? All you had to do was stick a player out there. That's freaking stupid. It's not great set piece defending, honestly, from us there. Oh boy. I think my feed just froze on me for a second here. Oh boy. There we go. We're back. So it happens sometimes when you're linked up to a dodgy streaming site. We're good. I'm back though. Then to kick it along. It's not AC Milan have a bit of the momentum right now. We got that goal. We're trying to build, but we're not having a ton of the ball right now. And I think that overload in the middle of the pitch with Amorim's system is kind of causing us a bit of problems here. The numbers are winning a little bit. We're doing a good job of cutting off passing through central areas, but they're not building through a lot of central areas. They're building wide, which is where we're struggling to lock things down. So yeah, we just force him back. Watch this. He's gonna drill this. Mazraoui just happy to get rid of it. I don't have a problem with that. 32nd minute. We were at 31:46 at the moment, you guys. Amorim looking dapper as always. But he is pulling the full-on Amorim squat. That guy's like... That guy's legs must be in the best shape I've ever seen. He's in a full-on squat every time he's on the touchline. I don't think I've ever seen him not hit that ball wide to Dorgu, man. Just switch that. Mazraoui, is a very heavy touch. Just got away from him. You need to pass the ball a little sooner. Go on, Lamens. See, Onana would have just let that go. Or he would have tried to flap at it and then just completely missed it. Like, I don't know what Cunha was doing driving that ball forward. Look how quickly AC Milan got back into shape, and Cunha had no help. Still 1-0 United, 33rd minute. We're getting some decent opportunities. We're just not getting enough bodies forward, and then there's balls like that just to nobody. I'm not sure where that ball was going. It was not a great pass. Big up, Bexy. Good to see you. You would never have guessed this early Amorim would be Amoring him. Yeah, it's... Like I said, managers... It's not the most secure job in football these days. Thankfully, they get paid a lot when they get sacked, so that's why you'll never hear me feel too badly about a man. I do feel like when they're wrongly terminated that it is what it is, but welcome, Bexy. Hope you're having a good day. United win themselves a free kick here. Yunus Musa Tielemans dropping deep to get on the ball. There you go. There's no need to rush it. We're up. Just let us get into shape. Probably we have so many players with their back to goal, like wanting to receive it to feet. It's a little too slow from us right now. Good ball here from Lamans. Masraoui got to go and attack that, though. He can't wait for it to bounce 800 times. Just got to go and get it. We're leaving a little bit too much space in midfield, too. There's it's too easy for them to put that ball into Yashari's feet, and he's got no pressure. It's a little too back foot, but it is what it is. It's preseason. I don't really care that much. Got about 10 minutes and change till halftime. We'll see some wholesale changes. We got everyone on here is getting minutes. We're good. Let's see some changes. Probably going to see Rashford. Probably going to see Mbumo. Probably going to see Copy. And see what happens when you put a little pressure on him. You force the error. Ian says, we need to get back a bit control. They're trying to stretch us. Just need to calm down. Yeah, I think we're relying a little too, we're giving them a little too much space. We're giving them a little too much respect here. We need to just a little bit more aggression. This bounce pass, like, where is that bounce pass going? Like, come on, guys. The bounce pass isn't going to go to the other midfielder. The bounce pass is going to go to a defender, and there was nobody there to get it. Masraoui wasn't in position. Don't know where Maguire was. Some shit defending, though. Well, the defenders are at 6s and 7s, man. Seriously. Is that Heaven again leaving his back post wide open because he's trying to go and make the spectacular play rather than just cover the space? All right, it's just bad defending, man. And honestly, it was bad defending against Leeds as well. It wasn't great. Like, it's just a cheap goal to give away. Like, where? God. Santos and Maguire just literally tripping over each other. It's not a good throw. And like, it's ridiculous, man. That's embarrassing. Shaw too late to get back and help out. I mean, honestly, I don't blame him. He's like kind of come from all the way across the pitch. He shouldn't have had to deal with that. But that was just a sloppy defense, man. That was really bad defending. It was a little casual from Bruno to try to just win the ball from that throw-in. He just kind of just swung his leg at it a little casually. He needs to do a little bit more. But again, preseason, don't really care, but we can criticize how sloppy that was. Milan playing like a cup final right now, just pressing. And we know Amorim has that axe he's going to grind right now, but there you go. Ref, come on. Well done. That was a really good attack. That was a good attack. Should have been a foul, though, there on Ahmad for getting blocked off. We've seen Shaw get called for that time and time again over the years. Really good dummy from Dorgu. Yeah, but I mean, fair play to Amorim. I mean, like, one of the first things that he did when he got to United, if you guys remember, was make sure that we're getting back in numbers quickly, fitness-wise, and Milan are doing a really good job of that right now. So Maguire goes and wins that header, goes right back to a Milan player, and he's caught out of position. Like, we're getting a little too exposed. The line needs to be a little deeper. The spaces need to be a little smaller. Cunha is barely on the ball. Shaw not really doing anything. Dorgu's barely touched the ball. But that's, I mean, what's the possession numbers look like right now? Milan got to have way more possession than us. Yeah, they've had 67% possession right now. So we're just letting them have the ball. We're giving them a little too much space and too much time. The attackers aren't really able to get involved. We're just not getting the ball forward. We're playing a little too much long ball because of the way Milan are set up right now. That's got to be a corner. Oh, it's a pen? We win a pen there. Interesting. I want to see this again. So it's United now who are putting the pressure on and able to force the turnover. Milan scrambling. That looked to me just like a corner. It didn't look like a pen. I can see this again. Was it just from the tug back? I mean, that's soft. That's really, really soft, honestly. But well done, Dorgu. Well done, Tielemans. Yeah, I mean, there's like a little trip, but that's soft. If we gave that away, I'd be livid. I would not. I don't think that's a pen, honestly. I don't think that's a pen, person. Like if they're calling the contact on Tielemans, that's really soft. That's incredibly soft. So United win a pen. A couple minutes to go in this half. Bruno steps up. Let's see what we got here. No. Why did he change his run-up? Why would you change it? Doesn't make any sense. Do you think that shootout miss from against Leeds was getting in his head? If it ain't broke, right? Like, there's no need to change his penalty approach. It's not, I mean, yeah. Oh, jeez. I mean, honestly, I would argue that it was justice because we shouldn't, I mean, it was a soft pen. It wasn't like it was a bad pen. It's just, why would you change up your penalty? Just do what you fucking do. There's no need to change it up. This keeper is massive, by the way. It is what it is. Hopefully that's the last time we see Bruno not do his signature penalty approach, because there's just no need to change it, honestly. But if you're going to try to change it, if you're going to experiment, preseason is the time to do that. Well done, Dorgu, cutting that out. Yeah. Literally, AC Milan are playing like this is the freaking Coppa Italia final right now. They are absolutely just chasing everything down. They're sliding in. They're going in hard, man. They are freaking... This is what it is. I'm just... It's again, this whole, like, this 3-4, 3-5, whatever. It's that middle section, the 4 and the 5, that's kind of killing us right now. They've always got an extra player wide. And it's killing us. It's causing overloads. Like, look at that just that simple movement from Estupinian there. It's too much on the back foot. We need to be a little bit more just alert and a little bit more proactive with some of this stuff, because we're getting absolutely rooted to the spot with all this, while they're moving around and they're just kind of passing and running through us at the moment. They're causing all sorts of problems. Should be 2-1. But again, I think that was an incredibly soft pen. in the first place. So I would. It is what it is, though. You, I mean, AC Milan would have felt hard done by it if we had scored that one, but some of them some of them go for you, some of them go against you. It is what it is. God, Yashari looks so much better. So what happens when you just give him minutes and let him play? Looked offside. Yeah, I mean, Milan look a little bit more up for it. Obviously, when you've been shit your entire preseason, they're going to want to... And, Amorim has definitely got an axe to grind. We knew that was going to happen. Remember when Mourinho beat us with Spurs, they embarrassed us, right? I think Mourinho was born with an axe to grind against the whole world, though. But we knew that was going to happen. We do look a little lax today. We look a little casual, a little just not quite sharp. Like, even that right there, that's so sloppy. That's incredibly sloppy giveaway. Like, Bruno, too casual, and Heaven shouldn't be playing that ball. There's no need to play a 20-yard pass with Bruno's back to goal in midfield like that. Like, if you've got the 20 yards, just keep carrying out. There's no reason to force that. That's not a good ball to play. Does anybody know if this is another match that's going to go to pens no matter what? Because that's what it was at Leeds. That one was going to pens regardless of the result in full time. Laman's distribution is just not great, man. It's just really... He's literally just as old school as it gets. Cunha getting a little bit of a face injury. Ian's taking off. Take off, Ian. Have a good one. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Dabasi, I'm not going to be too upset about it in preseason. Doesn't really matter. Now, if we show up against Hull and we do this kind of shit, then we can have another discussion. But, so, I mean, again, an argument can be made that we need to be playing like every game counts. But, again, it's preseason, so I care more about nobody getting injured than I do about anything else, if I'm being honest. If we come away from every preseason game without any fresh injuries, I'll be happy. So that's all I care about. But we were about to head into halftime. The pen from Bruno wasn't bad. Again, like I said, placement was fine, power was fine. It's just, it wasn't the way he always does it. So I still know why he had to change it. But what you gonna do? See some changes at halftime, please. Bruno got a little bop in the nose, and they are taking care of it. So I'm going to mute this. We are on halftime, folks. That is a halftime whistle. It is 1-1 going into halftime. United score very early from a corner. Maguire just out jumping Pavlovic, it looked like, for just a header, just cushioned back at the far post. Caught the keeper was just wrong-footed there. The goal we conceded was just sloppy goal to concede, honestly. It's just bad defending, and not for the first time this preseason. And honestly, it's just 2 matches in a row where some of the defending against the numbers, the quick kind of vertical balls, vertical runs, has just not been good enough. AC Milan, honestly, playing like it's a cup final. They are pressing. They are going in late. They are haranguing us and trying to win that ball high up the pitch. And they're quick to get back in the numbers. So they're doing the physical stuff very well from an athletic fitness standpoint. I would say that we look better on the ball, but we just haven't been able to get on the ball that much because AC Milan have dominated possession, which, again, like Dabasi's been saying, I've been saying a little too, we need to maybe just not be so much on the back foot. We need to keep an eye on the runners, but also, cut off those lanes a little better. We're a little too central, which is killing us because Amorim has got a lot of numbers in those wide areas, which is meaning they're just getting and that's how they're building. They're just throwing that ball wide, and then they're doing some overlaps and some overloads, and it's just killing us. A lot of runs. We're not doing a good enough job of tracking those runs, and it's causing us some problems. Kai says Bruno missing a pen. Yeah, Bruno decided to go with a very different penalty style this time, which he didn't do his little hop. He just kind of went direct, and like I said, on its face, it was not a bad pen. It's just it was just safe. Sometimes you also just got to give credit to the keeper. It is what it is. But welcome, Kai. Hope you're doing well. Um, Doing a little advert for the third kit here, but let us know how your guys' day is going. What else you have going on this weekend? My wife is out of town, so I am chilling. I've already worked out today and walked one of the dogs, and showered and everything. So I'm just gonna be hanging out, relax, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, as the Fresh Prince would say. For some reason, and Ian let me know that if you're in the U.S., even though the game is being streamed on MUTV, it's actually not on MUTV for the U.S. audience for some reason, due to apparently some sort of Polish TV rights or some bullshit. I don't know. I pay for MUTV, so I should be able to get what I pay for. So I'm a little upset by that as well. So I will be on the phone with MUTV once this game is done, and I will be yelling at some poor soul. Yes, because I am that person who will ask to speak to the manager. when I'm paying for something that I don't get, I'm not happy about it, right? So I will be on the phone with somebody. But I did find myself a dodgy streaming site that am watching on at the moment. So let's see. Tabas says United versus Hull next Saturday. Yep, we do have that coming up in a week, you guys. So make sure you got that notification bell hit. I will be doing a preview for that one, probably Thursday, Friday. We'll also be doing a kickabout episode this week where Dylan, Ian, and I will be looking at the season ahead, talking about our best 11s, predictions for, top 5, who's going to get relegated, top scorer, and all that kind of stuff, what our expectations are for United and Carrick and everybody this season as well. So we'll be talking about all that and more. So make sure you jump in on that one and get your thoughts and your opinions put out there in that chat. Hopefully shoot for Wednesday, but I'll check in with Dylan and Ian and see what works for them as well. And then I would try to have a scouting report. I've got the next couple kind of locked and loaded, just kind of fine tuning. I'm waiting until to update numbers and stats and stuff, obviously, because some of these leagues are going on right now. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, 1-1 United. Good job to score the early goal, but we kind of just stepped off the gas a little bit after that. So maybe Carrick just said, listen, don't overdo it. And that's fine. Honestly, I don't care that much, but it's preseason, but you can still criticize it. It's been sloppy defensively, switched off a bit at 6s and 7s, leaving too much space, too many gaps, having kind of just not keeping an eye on the back post as well. Again, third time this preseason. But I blame that more for just Bruno being a little too casual, defending that throw in, and which led to that quick transition. But Trini Red Devil, look at you, says Bruno came back in the team and we look awful. Yikes. I would say we look awful. I think we look fine overall. And I mean, I think you might be looking a little too much at correlation because that's just not the way things work. But if anybody blames Bruno for anything if anybody is critical of Bruno when it comes to just overall, I mean, the guy broke the assist record last year. He's been leading the league in chance creation since he joined, basically. I mean, it is what it is. And honestly, it's not even like Bruno's been on the ball that much. We haven't had a lot of the ball. So it's been very difficult. We just are struggling to get the ball forward. So we need to do better at that. I would like, again, this highlights to me the need for maybe a more physical center midfield addition as well. Someone who can go in and win that fight. It's too slow and sloppy. Like, we're just showing this other chance that Milan had right here, and is a brilliant save from Lamans. But again, just not clearing the box. That's been a problem for us. We've got like 10 white shirts in the box right now from open play. They're showing this replay. Like, it's just too much on the back foot. We need to come out of the box a little bit. The midfield needs to step out and cut off the lanes a little bit. Brilliant save. But, all right, whatever you want to say. Whatever you want to say, man. Do what you got to do. It's preseason. I really don't care. This is Bruno's literally second match since he's come back, so the sharpness is not there. The fitness is probably not there. It is what it is. Milan have been struggling all preseason, and they are playing like it's a cup final, Milan. So I'm not gonna hide from the fact that that's what's going on. But yeah, we've still got play like Cunha, Bruno, Dallo, Obviously, when Manu and Rashford come on, they're not going to be match fit either. So, but again, that's a problem with the World Cup. That's a problem with the fact that Bruno and Dallo, these guys. I mean, I don't know why Manu was given so much time off. He didn't play a single minute for England, so it's not like he was tired. It's like he basically had a vacation in the States. He probably Manu probably could have just not even shown up for some of those England matches, and I'm not even sure Tuchel would have noticed. He probably could have just gone and done some sightseeing from a double-decker bus in like San Diego or something, man. Like this. So I think Manu should have been back earlier. Like some of these players are given a little too much time off. Licha probably didn't need to be given time off. Rashford probably didn't. I mean, just bring him back. Like there's no need, but it is what it is. But yeah, we'll see if any wholesale changes are made at halftime. I think that it could go either way. And what I think he'll do, Carrick might give these guys another 10, 15 minutes like he did against Leeds. I would just prefer to see wholesale changes. Just get everybody fit, everybody touches on the ball. If there's players who are out the door this summer, like maybe like some Fletchers or Collier in terms of loans or whatever, then whatever. We don't need to see them start. Cunha, again, another player who's not quite match fit yet. This is only his second match, so. Kai agrees, says Bruno and the team and suddenly we're worse. Rather see Xerxes there. I don't think we're worse, honestly. I mean, we scored in like the first couple minutes, but I think that, again, we're just seeing when you've got all the players who are not match fit yet. Yeah, the fitness is not there, the sharpness is not there. So I think if you're going to lay this blame on Bruno for why Milan look a little bit more up for it than Manchester United in a preseason friendly, I think that's kind of something to think about. But it is what it is. Y'all are entitled to your opinions. We all see the game differently. And that's the beauty of the channel. It's the beauty of human beings. So everybody getting up to this weekend? Anybody got any big plans? Community Shield tomorrow. I know not everybody cares about the Community Shield. I don't really care about the Community Shield, to be honest with you. But I think there's some Coppa Italia games going on. Obviously, the championship kicked off yesterday. So Wolves and Blackburn drew 2-2 yesterday. What else we have today? La Liga is going on today as well. So La Liga kicks off as well. What other leagues are jumping off today? Championship is going on as we speak right now. Any big matches going on there? Not really. Don't really care that much about those ones. What else we got here? Yeah, so La Liga actually kicks off today. That's interesting. Does La Liga get a break mid-season? Interesting. Interesting stuff. Trini's not having it. Trini, I could easily say that Cunha is back in the side and we look worse. I could easily say that, anybody's back in the side and we look worse. Again, this is why correlation is not necessarily causation. I think it's an oversimplification to just do that. I mean, if you just don't like Bruno as a player, that's fine, but just admit it. Don't try to justify it by applying a causation where there's simply correlation. Because again, you could say that about literally anybody. You can say, oh, the first time Tielemans and Santos have really been playing together, we've struggled. Like, you could point that out as well. You could do a lot of things. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. Like I said, we didn't look great against Wrexham because it was the first match of preseason. Nobody was fit yet, obviously, and I think that has more to do with it than anything. We're trying to get everybody fit. There is going to be a bit of a step backwards when you've got players who are trickling in from World Cup and vacation later than everyone else. There is going to be a bit of a gap between the fitness levels, so it is what it is. Just part of it. I don't expect these players to be match fit when they're just coming back from their holiday after the World Cup. But if you want to blame Bruno for everything, that's cool. Doesn't really matter to me. I don't think it's about truth or not. It's just about opinion. So if you want to also masquerade opinion as truth, that's fine too. It is what it is. You can't really see it live, but there is a little bit of a graphic sublimated on the shirt as well. So I can't tell if the stripes are black or if they're like a green. They look black, but then sometimes they look green. It's definitely hard to tell. But what are you going to do? But yeah, Kai, I mean, this is why I want a physical midfielder added to the squad, someone who's gonna maybe get a little bit more stuck in when we've got a midfield battle as well. I think Ahmad is and Dorgu are kind of falling asleep a little bit. Again, it's difficult when AC Milan are building from a back three, which means they've got an extra player wide, and so now I think this is the first time in this preseason that we played that kind of system. So again, they just have extra numbers in that those wide areas, which is really what's causing us the problems right now. But it's a problem that Carrick's going to have to figure out. Now, I don't know how many teams are going to roll with that sort of system in the Premier League, because you don't see that from a lot of players in the Premier League or a lot of teams in the Premier League. But it is a problem that we can have to figure out. So it's just part of it. Players coming out to warm up here. We'll see what's going on. I'd like to just go ahead and see some wholesale changes here. Get some other players who are going to be playing. Like, let's get minutes for Cobby. I want to have a strong squad, because Hull also just looks like they finalized the deal to actually go ahead and keep Joe Gelhardt, which they didn't look like they were going to be able to keep him. Now they are, and he's another dangerous player on top of Ollie McBurney as well. So another player we have to look out. McBurney and Gelhardt are very good attackers. I've done a scouting report on Gelhardt as well. A name drop McBurney as an experienced striker that maybe we could look at as well. He's a very, very good old school striker. Very savvy when it comes to movement, playing those games around the defenders and in the box as well. I'd like to see us have a strong team when we go out against Hull. So that's why we need some players to get some minutes in their belt. Like, I doubt Cobby is going to start against Hull, for instance. Now, I think what the 11 we saw today is very close to the 11 we're probably going to see against Hull. It's very close to our strongest 11, aside from like Shesko probably, and maybe you could say Licha for Heaven. Heaven has definitely shown his youth a little bit. Some of these moments, again, I don't blame him for that. He's young, but a lot of these goals that we've conceded recent last couple matches have been him kind of losing track of his man at the back post, worrying a little too much about going and making the play rather than just keeping an eye on that defender and cutting out the ball. So sometimes these youngsters don't understand. Sometimes you're letting the play come to you rather than trying to go and force it, and I think that's something that you just get with age. So it is what it is. But it is what it is. Trini Red Devil, I think that you are. Is this Rick? Are you Rick's burner account? I don't see many changes. Mbuma was out warming up. None of the attackers have really been involved. You know, we're just struggling to get that ball out of the defense. Honestly, like Tielemans and Andre Santos have honestly not been super involved either. Really, if you think about it, they just we're just struggling to get that ball out of our defense right now, which is, I think, fair play to Milan. We know that Amorim likes his players to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more athletic, but we've got to move the ball quicker, and we've just got to step up a little bit, because it's not looking good at the moment, but it is preseason. If you are wondering why it's not on MUTV and you live in the States, the reason is apparently because it's not being broadcast on MUTV in the States, which is an absolute joke. Happy to charge American customers for it, but don't want to show it. Is just embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Oh boy. I think it's gonna rain here today. That's not. It is what it is. It feels like a lazy day anyway, so I don't mind lazy. I got work to do. Some work to do. You guys know I'm always working on stuff and grinding. Ready to kick off. See, you can see it right there on McGuire. Like, why do the refs have names on the back of the shirts? We don't need to know. We don't need to know who you are. You're a referee. We had some of those earlier on. We had a really good opportunity early on, a really good ball from Tielemans that we ended up winning a free kick from it because I think it was Ahmad that the pass was to. He got pulled back. It was a really good ball. He nutmegged Yashar to get space for himself, and then the next touch was literally just a threaded line breaking ball to find Ahmad on the run. Shame that it was cut out because it was a really good play, but yeah, Tielemans is capable of doing that, and we just need to get him on the ball. Milan are just pressing very, very well. They're very physical. Dorgu just one too many touches. That's the thing. We just look a little switched off overall today. Just not quite sharp today. Everybody does. Like it's sloppy from Mizrahi, a little sloppy from Dorgu. Like there's no reason for Heaven to run all the way up into the opposition third just outside the box to make that challenge. Like, and honestly, Heaven wins the ball there. It's not even a foul. That's ridiculous. I mean, he hits it, but he gets the ball first. Like, I'm not. You guys, I'm a bit old school. You guys know that. I'm like, if you win the ball, like, you win the ball. Like that's the way it used to be. You win the ball. I'm not saying you go in and karate kick people but if you win the ball, like that was nothing. There was nothing in that. Like look at it. It's just a little too much space. I do like Strani Pavlic. He's very good defender, very physical, very direct. Bit old school in the way he defends. Pretty sure I put him in my Licha replacement video when Licha picked up that ACL injury. Like I said, that would have been a year and a half ago, so it's a bit moot now. But I'm on the ball. Milan very deep in the box. Ball sent to the back stick. Dorgu in. Good save. Had an early opportunity, so we did come out swinging here, which is fine. Happy with that. Don't forget, you guys, if we get 20 likes while we're live, I'll gift you 5 memberships. But you guys, someone's going to have to let me know if we get there because I got the game on the full screen. This ref is not really giving us a ton when it comes to fouls. He's happy to give them literally everything. It's ridiculous, man. Like Dorgu, yeah, it's a foul, but so was the one on Mizrahi. So I don't get it. Let me go see if I can find how many likes we have. And remember, if we get to 30 total too, I'll go 5 more. But it's up to you guys. You guys gotta help me out here. So make sure you're sharing, make sure you're hyping, all that fun stuff. Milan just building out here. Again, it's that wide player. Stupinian just got all sorts of time and space. And now we've got a little bit of an overlap here. It's good defending there from Andre Santos, but again, we're kind of chasing shadows a little bit when Milan get into our kind of half. It's a little too back foot. It's a little too casual, passive. And everyone's having to track back. Like, that's not the kind of tackle you want to have to make, Andre Santos. It's a good tackle, but it's not really one you really want him to have to make. Chasing and then having to come in and slide and win the ball is not ideal, but we got nobody open for Maguire. This doesn't really look like Carrick ball today. And I think a lot of that just has to do with the way Milan are set up right now. They're man marking. It's difficult for any midfielder to really get on the ball. They're under pressure immediately. We have to stop playing these hospital passes for starters. That's going to help. So Milan kind of showing a good way to cut out Carrick ball a little bit. So Heaven's got time. He needs to just drive up a little bit. Don't try to force anything. Like, it isn't. So Ahmad's switched over to the left-hand side. All right, so I'm at 50 minutes. United win a free kick. Ball's out wide. I think that looks like Bruno. Milan sitting very deep. Five back line is just insane, and I don't know where that ball. I don't know who was passing that ball. That was a horrible, horrible ball. Show us the game. You can't do that, man. That's illegal. Dorgu gets a goal. Great job, MUTV, showing a replay. I can't stand when broadcasters do that. I don't need to see a replay. I didn't even see what happened live. All I saw was the goal go in. But that is 2-1 United through Patrick Dorgu. No idea what happened because MUTV just being shit. So it's a throw in. Really sloppy. Oh, that's such a bad ball. Oh, and Dorgu just pouncing on it. I can't understand why people who don't like Dorgu either. Like, I just don't get that. People are already writing him off like before he really even kicked the ball for us. He's alert to the danger. He's aggressive. He's energetic. And he wins. He just sniffs out that opportunity there, like, and he puts us ahead. Like, that's all it takes. Sometimes it's just a moment of just jumping out like that. But man, I can't show the game, man. If you if you have beIN Sports, if you have MUTV or something, you can watch it. But I can't show it. You know that. Come on. Trying to get a brother demonetized. Trying to get my channel taken down. What are you doing? It's a watch along, man. That's how watch alongs work. This passing is garbage. Who put that ball out there, man? Is that Tielemans? I imagine we'll see some changes at the 60th minute mark from Carrick. That's not a foul, ref. Come on, dude. This ref, dude. He's literally done everything but wipe their ass for him today. It's a friendly, dude. Not everything is a fucking foul. I feel like some of these refs are too happy to call foul just because the player goes down. Like, sometimes it's not a foul. Contact is not even a foul all the time. Like, it's embarrassing, man. Oh, Ian's daughter's in the house. Big up. Dad's in the shower screaming, "Patty, Patty, Patty." He can't be watching the game in the shower. That's just dangerous. But welcome back, Ashley. Good to see you again. What you need to do is take your dad's phone and take a goofy face selfie and then set it as his background. That's what I used to do with people's phones when I find them. Just mess with them, set it as their lock screen or something, just so they're like, what? Heaven's not looking great. It just looks like he's struggling a bit. And again, it is what it is. He's not a 27-year-old center back, right? He's a teenager, so I don't expect him to be the finished article. But he's definitely been struggling a little bit these last couple matches. Just kind of, again, it's just the stuff you learn. You know, the positioning, the anticipation, things like that. He's just not quite been in the right place at the right time these last couple matches. Oh, get fucked, ref. Come on. And you know what else is going to be starting up soon? Academy matches. Has the schedule for the under 21s and the other 18s been released yet? I need to figure out if I can get to any of those games. Ball's in from a corner to AC Milan. Ahmad almost doing Ahmad things again. Almost doing Ahmad things, man. Ahmad's so good at that. Nah, that's another soft one. That's an absolute soft. He kicks in, doesn't make contact with the kick, puts his foot back down, and the player trips over his foot. Like, that's ridiculous, man. Whatever. uh, so Milan have another free kick here. Let's see, who's this? I don't know who this young kid is for them. Watch this run at the back post, though. This ball's getting flashed across to the opposite post. Oh, he's just going for it. All right. Number 70, so he's probably a youngster. And Ahmad slips, gives the ball away. Thankfully, the ball in is absolute dog shit. Yep, chase him. Chase him down. It's fine. Press him a bit. That's fine. So United up 2-1, 56th minute. Dogu doing really well to pounce on a very sloppy back pass from Milan defender. What? Forget the kid's name, the Torciano or something, and just puts it away. Just alert to the situation, quick to pounce, quick to capitalize, and sometimes the difference is punishing mistakes, and that's, you know, a bad touch or something. That's just what you have to do sometimes, and that sometimes those little marginal moments are the difference. So, but we'll see here. Milan trying to build out here. Andre Santos just fouling again. Andre Santos has looked a little bit more Casemiro today. A little late with some of these challenges. I think we are struggling to keep up with the physicality of the game right now. And we got, again, just horrible defending again. What is Shaw doing so far central? God, that's such bad defending, man. The line's too high. The gaps are too... Again, I've told you, they're killing us with these numbers in wide areas. Shaw doesn't need to come over and help Heaven. Like, Heaven needs to just learn how to deal with it. But now, because of it, we've left that runner in that with acres of space wide. It looked like almost it could have been offside there. That final Paul here. But there is no VAR, so... But, like, what is Shaw doing? Like, Heaven again, man. Come on. You've got to do better. Oh, he's just on. That's a really good time to run there. It was, if he and Chukwueze, fair play, waited. But Shaw's got to do a little bit. Shaw's got to do better, like, overall there. He's caught way too centrally. He's standing off. Like, you have to go in and, like, you're outside of the box. Just go in and make a challenge at a certain point. Like, that's just embarrassing. Just a simple goal, a sloppy goal to give away, man. The defending in these last two matches has just not been good enough. It's so sloppy. And it's not like it's sloppy because the other teams have been technical. It's just they've been direct. They've just been quick. They've been just, it's just forward, and we're like caught out. We're too far forward. Carrick's got us playing a little too high of a line. And Stupinian gives away a free kick. Foul on Dorgu, it looked like. So United have a free kick. Yeah, DeBasi could have landed a plane. Yeah, like, come on. That's honestly, he's done that multiple times, Stupinian, and this is the first time the refs actually called it, dude. It's just refs being garbage, man. So... DeBasi, I wouldn't worry too much, man. It's preseason. I told you guys, 60th minute, we're starting to make some changes now. So now both teams making some changes. Modric's coming on, so that's fun. Stupinian coming off because, honestly, he should have seen a yellow there, but it's a preseason friendly, so you don't really want to see cards. But, again, yellow card worthy challenge is a yellow card worthy challenge. Two all United. It's really cool to see Modric. I just forgot he was still playing. The guy's older than me. and I'm old as shit. So we'll see. We need to do better though. It's been just casual. It's been switched off. It's been sloppy, especially in defense. Defense is struggling to get that ball forward today. Really, defense is just struggling. They are absolutely struggling to get this ball out from the back. Cobby's on. Dallow's on. Mbumo's coming on. Lacey's coming on. Cunha off. Ahmad off. Mazraoui off. So Mbumo is taking up the 9 role. Rashford's on, it looks like, as well. Shaw still on. Cobby taking over for, looks like, is that Andre Santos? So a couple of more creative-minded midfielders in the pivot, not what you would call defensively like rock solid midfielders. So it'll be interesting to see, how this more possession progression based pivot works. Cobby has shown that he's upped his physicality, but he's definitely not one you'd think, defensive right away, right? But maybe he's just on to stick it to Ruben Amorim a little bit. Rashford rocking the 9 shirt. Again, United was very clear when they posted the starting 11 that the shirt numbers are not going to be permanent. So it is what it is. Yeah, I think a lot of people weren't very great today, but I think the ones, Bruno, Cunha, these guys are among the players who are just literally like their second match back, their second set of minutes from. I think they're just not fit. They're just not fit yet. They look very casual, very sloppy. Didn't help that we weren't really getting the ball forward too much. I mean, I don't know how many touches Bruno actually had on the ball today, or Cunha, or Dorgu, or even Ahmad for that matter. Like if I go, I want to see. Now I'm curious. So Ahmad only had 18 touches. Bruno had 35, only got to play 25 passes. Dorgu had 15 touches. Cunha had 13 touches. So literally just barely any touches for any of the attackers. Not a whole lot of accuracy from the deeper rolls. Doing a really good job pressing them right now. Lacey just kind of ran out of space there in that corner. And it's just miscommunication. Like, is that Armour back there now? Like, Maguire just leaving it for Armour, but then Armour just doesn't pick it up. I don't know. Like, he's gotta communicate that shit, man. Leach is back on the pitch. Did not see that was a sub as well. So Leach is another one is going to be probably very, very sloppy. Rashford, Mainu, these guys are probably all going to be just a little sloppy, a little slow, not quite sharp. Offside. Oh, they know what offside means. Good luck. Good job, guys. Carrick telling the camera guy to get out of the way. That's funny. What we got here? Shaw's finish, says Danny. Danny says the press is not the same as it looked last week with Bruno. I mean, I don't think the press was the issue, honestly. Don't fall into the trap, Danny, of using a correlation as the reason for why things look not as great. You could easily look at any other player who's fresh coming back and start the match and blame them as well. Interesting. I mean, you could say you see what you see. What I've said I've seen today is the fact that this Milan side are playing differently than any other side we played preseason. They're putting all these numbers in wide areas, and they're not playing through the middle. So the press is not really an issue at the moment because that's just not the way they're playing. They're getting the ball wide and they're getting these overloads. So they're not really engaging with the press. So the press is just completely irrelevant at that point. They're just getting at the channels in these wide spaces, and it's just again, this is why Cunha, Ahmad, these guys aren't getting any touches because they're just being completely taken out of the game. Like look, all the space is in the wide areas right now, and that's exactly where Milan have been attacking us. It's like you can have the best midfielders in the world, but if your opponent just hoofs it long, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if you've got good midfielders if they're not getting involved. So again, we're playing against wingbacks. We haven't played against wingbacks all summer. So there's constantly an extra player in a wide area, and we're just not handling it very well. Some of the center backs have been jumping way too high to try to win challenges that they're just not winning, and we're getting pulled a little too centrally. Guys like Dorgu and whatnot and Ahmad didn't quite know who to mark because, again, they were marking the player that they should be marking, but again, that wingback was pulling up behind them. So there's just always a player in a wider area. And I think that's why Carrick was perhaps happy to sit off the ball and be a little bit more passive, because maybe the thinking was, well, if there's no space for them to run into, but again, at the end of the day, just the bad defending on an individual level was also killing us. Just switching off a little bit, not tracking the runners. So we've got Chukwueze out here all over again because Shaw is just way too central. Like there's no reason for Shaw to be literally holding hands with Licha. Doesn't make any sense. If you guys are ahead, please don't put scores in there because you could be spoiling it for everybody else. So again, another, like, Shaw just getting sucked in, man. He doesn't need to do that. And look at this ball. Like, who's defending that ball into the box? 3-2 Milan. Nobody defending that. Like, who is marking Gonçalo Ramos, man? It makes no sense. Like, Maguire's is Armour. Is that Armour? Is that Maguire still? No pressure on the ball because Shaw's having an absolute mare of a performance today. That ball to Chukwueze has literally been on the entire match, and Shaw just is still happy to just go on a little bit of a walkabout to hold hands with his other center. Like, there's no reason. Like, Licha's not even marking anybody. Maguire doesn't even try to defend. Armour's nowhere to be seen. Dallow's coming back to try to defend, but he's wrong side of him, so it does not matter whatsoever. That ball was going in regardless. Even if Ramos had missed it, there was another player at the back post. It's just bad defending, and that's what I've said. It's just horrible individual defending, man. Shaw's positioning has been absolute garbage. We need... If Ineos don't bring in a left back this summer, like... Just that's that's criminal. Like a center midfielder last summer, like that's absolutely criminal not to go in and strengthen that. We need someone who can get up and down the pitch. Shaw cannot do it anymore. Like, honestly, just send him to Newcastle. See if Newcastle want him as part of a deal for Lewis Hall, man. This is ridiculous. Shaw does not and Licha too. He's just like Licha's not really doing anything there. Like, he's just kind of standing there. Shaw moves in to mark Loftus-Cheek when that's really who Licha should be picking up. Maguire doesn't even jump to try to clear that at all. I don't really like Anthony Robinson, Dabasi. He's just too injury prone. If people are going to complain about Shaw or Mount or anybody being injury prone, go take a look at Anthony Robinson's injury history. The guy's too injury prone. Yeah, it's just not good defending. Shaw's positioning has been garbage. The individual defending these last couple matches has been not great either. Oh, and the journalists are already writing the headlines right now. Ruben's revenge will be the headline. I guarantee you, someone's gonna say that. Revenge for Ruben. Ruben's revenge. That looked offside. Yeah, that's offside. Redemption, retribution for Ruben. Well, Dabasi, if you just say I will not spoil it, you're already kind of spoiling it. I would be better just to don't say anything. It's just too easy right now. And again, Licha being rusty. Look at this defending. Literally no. The defending is absolute dog shit today. It's just shit defending, man. Just absolutely shit defending. And even if Loftus-Cheek hadn't taken that ball was getting put at the back stick because, again, where were the defenders? Way too high up the pitch. These AC Milan fans celebrating like it's a fucking Champions League final, dude. It's a preseason. Like, what is Maguire doing up there making that challenge, man? Like, this is... Look at this. That's such bad defending. It's absolutely defending, dude. It's such defending. And I told you right off the bat when Licha came on, don't expect him to be fit. And of course, I don't want him to be sprinting back. I don't want anybody to be sprinting back. But at the same time, like, it's fucking shit positioning. Why is Harry Maguire making challenges inside the opposition half? And it's just a half-assed challenge. He's just kind of throwing his hips into the guy to kind of just let his center back partner win the ball. He's trying to prevent him from winning that long ball, but it's just bad defending today. This is killing it. Oh, sloppy. JSN the cool kid, big up. Hope you're doing well. Guys, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe if you guys are new. We are on the road to 5K. It is 4-2. Milan are beating United. Really, really bad defending today from United. I'm not going to lie. It's just horrible, horrible defending. Like, what is this ball from Mbumo? Like, how do you account for that? That completely just killed the entire attack. And again, fair play to Milan. They're playing very, very physical. They're quick to get back into numbers. We know that that's what Ruben Amorim wants his sides to do, and they're pressing really high. They're getting deep quickly, and that's all they have to do. So this match is, compared to like the sharpness and stuff that we've seen, like this is just not good enough today. These players just look completely legged and tired. They just don't look like they're entirely just up for it. Not from a mentality. It's just like they're just like it's preseason. We don't care. Ball in off the corner. It's just again. Oh boy. Danny's not too happy with Luke Shaw today. A little head-on-head collision there. Looks like Pavlovich and Cobby collided in here a little bit. Trini, yeah. I mean, getting schooled as much as you can get schooled in a friendly in preseason. I mean, it is what it is. I think we're definitely being out-muscled. We're like the athleticism and the physicality and the intensity are definitely, there's a huge gulf in class as far as that's concerned today. Milan are not letting us really build out, and they're getting back in numbers very, very quickly when we do get forward. So it's just, it is what it is. But again, this shows why you need to get your signings done quickly in the summer so everybody can get up to speed. It shows why I hate summers being disrupted by international bullshit. I hate the World Cup. I think it's ridiculous that, this is the kind of shit. I just don't like the World Cup. It's annoying to have to deal with this shit. It's annoying that some of these players were given so much time off, especially like Cobby. I think that's frustrating to me. I mean, when did Portugal go out? Why are Bruno and Dalot getting back later than, Lamens? Lamens cut his vacation short to come back. Whereas guys like Rashford, for instance, just took up until the very last second to come back. Like, it's annoying. And there's a lot of little reasons for it, but it's all now kind of culminating. Is that Samuele Ricci? I didn't know that they signed him. Nice. Interesting. Are people praising Ineos? Unless you're Andy Mitten, I don't think I've seen, or Nathan Salt. Yeah, you definitely never hear me praise Ineos in terms of this summer. Like the transfer rating video is going to be pretty interesting because it's been a shit summer as far as I'm concerned. You can argue it's been a waste of a summer. Don't forget too that Maguire and Shaw, I don't think they played the last match. So, but if that's what it takes to get this slow and sloppy, it's just a couple days off, then that's a bit of a worry too. Oh boy. Yeah, the only people I've seen praise Ineos have been Andy Mitten and Nathan Salt. Everybody else I've seen has not been too happy with them. It's just not been good enough this summer. Like, it's been just, if the priority was just to save money, like that's not acceptable. You can't That's not acceptable. This is not acceptable whatsoever. So all this talk about a 250 million pound budget is, I don't, again, like I said when that first came out, like, I don't know where that's coming from. I don't think that that's a thing. Like that was not a great ball from Maguire personally. Well done. That was a really good ball from Rashford to find Shaw. Really good play there from Rashford. Give credit where it's due. Danny's just mad. Trying to get too upset about a preseason friendly. It's preseason. If everybody comes out of this without an injury, that's all I really care about, honestly. Really good ball from Manu there to find Lacey. A little bit of a little Modric Travella there to find him. Danny, this is Leach's first match since coming back, dude. It was really a perfect storm of a lot of things not working out this summer. The World Cup definitely throws a spanner in the works when it comes to a preseason preparation, fitness. Like, it's just not great. For a new manager, if Ineos knew this summer that was the priority, then like they needed to move quicker to get all this shit done. And Milan just, again, the numbers, getting back in numbers, is just they're smothering us on and off the ball. Ah. Nope. That was a shit ball in from Rashford. Honestly, just make some other changes here. Just get some other players on and get these guys off. Who else we got on the bench here today? So, about 18 keepers. Just bring on JJ. Bring on JJ and Amos. Like, don't need to do anything else with it. Milan just building out again. Again, it's just those numbers. They're immediately getting the ball wide, and they've just got extra numbers in wide areas because of the way that Amorim sets up his teams. It's killing us. See, and it doesn't help that the ref is just letting a lot of these late challenges for Milan go. Like, that was a late push and just didn't even care. Like, it's embarrassing. And watch. At least he's being consistent with his bullshit, and now he didn't call that one on Martinez. Like, what is this ball from Dallo, man? Like, what kind of ball is that, dude? Dallo's just shit, though, so... Danny's not happy. I mean, again, but this is the point. Like, even if we made a signing, even if we signed, Danny, we signed 5 players this week, they're not going to start this weekend. They might not even get a start against Ipswich Town. That's why the problem is that we waited too long. Like, again, I want to know what the plan was here. Like, and look, I mean, fair play to AC Milan. Look, they're completely cutting off any options here. All we can do is go wide, and they're happy to have us go wide. They don't care. They're sitting in a back 5 right now. They don't care. Like, his ref, he's getting his shirt pulled left and right. You're not even playing advantage, man. This is embarrassing. Yeah, Bexy, I do wonder if Andy Mitten's too afraid of losing his access here. That looked like a handball, ref. That should be a pen. Yeah, I do wonder if Andy Mitten is afraid of losing his podcast and his Inside Carrington interviews and all this kind of behind the scenes stuff. Sometimes I do wonder if he's towing the party line. A lot of that going around these days, though. A lot of people happy to put aside and be a little bit hypocritical if it means a paycheck or getting some of their exclusive access to things. And then, I mean, fair play to Andy Mitten in terms of just he's been doing the United thing for almost 40 years, basically. Like, he started United We Stand a long time ago, so it's just fair play to him for that. But I don't think that anybody who honestly is praising Ineos for the way they're going out about the summer. And again, if you look at it, it's the journalists who are granted the exclusive access, like the ones I've named already. I don't think they actually mean it. There's no way they could. Like, that was a shit delivery from Bruno. 83rd minute, 4-2, Milan beating United at the moment in our final preseason friendly. MUTV is really just not great. It keeps freezing, but it probably could just be the site that I'm using. But it's making it difficult to keep up with the action because it keeps freezing and halting. Milan making some more changes here. Yeah, that's what I just said, Danny. Bring on Harry Amos for Shaw. Bring on JJ. Honestly, if Amos is not getting minutes, it might mean he's out the door. Shaw's looked a little bit better these last couple minutes in terms of just getting forward, but again, it's just too little too late now. Milan are just going to sit deep and smother the space. So it is what it is. Honestly, I don't care if we lose these friendlies 6-0 every one as long as everybody's fit and nobody gets injured. Don't really care. None of this shit matters. Go out. Now we lose 4-2 to Hull, then yeah, we're not going to have a good discussion in that match reaction. But we put ourselves in a better position by making a signing. But again, signing's not even going to start. And Milan are already back in a back 5. Now they're high, but like they're playing a high line. Why is nobody making a run? That's the thing that frustrates me. Look how high this line. All it takes is a run from Rashford and a run from Lacey. Put that ball in behind, and no one's making a run. Like this is annoying right here. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, we knew that Amorim was going to have an axe to grind today. Like I said, he was definitely going to come out with a point to prove. It's headline stuff. Like, what is this defending here from Licha? What is he doing? Like, jeez. Like, it's literally Brian and Brumo, and then he's surrounded by just nothing but red shirts. Nobody getting their head up. Nobody making a run. Everybody wants this ball to feet with their back to goal. Like, it's just not... It's not great right now. Shaw is literally sitting up in an advanced position. We're playing a back two and like a front seven right now, which, again, makes no sense at all. Why are we doing that? Oh boy. Did anybody help me figure out if this was going to go to pens or not at full time? I know that Leeds match does, so... It's just a bad ball from Mbumo. Mbumo's passing is not great. He's not a great passer of the ball, honestly. And I don't care that much because really what I want him to do is be playing in space. I want Mbumo to be doing what like Chukwueze was doing today. Just sit in that space, get that ball and drive it into the box and either take a shot or lay it off to cut it back to a teammate. Like, you don't have to be a good passer to play a cutback. You just put it back into space. It's not that difficult to do. See, that's what we need to be doing this whole time. That's all. Like, why haven't we been doing that more? There's so many opportunities to do that. There's a perfect ball from Shaw, perfect run from Bruno. Bruno probably could have taken, maybe not a touch. He was kind of moving away from goal. But the problem with Shaw is he can do that, but because he's 31 now, he's not going to be able to get high, put a ball in the box, and track back if we lose possession. Like, he can't do both anymore. You either play him as like a wing back and have cover behind him, or you need to just have him sit deeper and play balls down the channel or something. Like, that's pretty much... You can maybe work the ball high if you're able to maintain possession, and maybe if you get those triangles in those wide areas like we saw against Leeds and stuff, maybe, but it is what it is. But this is why we have to buy a left back. Like, it's just not good enough. Like, Maguire, you're taking too many touches. Put the ball forward. Now there's no space to play the ball for Rashford because now we're already up in their third. Like, there's no space. You put a ball over the top when we're this deep, it's just going to go out of touch. It's just the way it is. Bruno wins a corner. All right, ball in. Oh, played it short. Little set piece routine. Again, it's just the pressure from the front from AC Milan, and then just the numbers at the back. It's just they're smothering both boxes right now, and it's just been, again, we've just not been good enough in our own box specifically. Our defense has been absolute dog shit today. So we're getting to the closing here, final seconds here of regular time. It's probably gonna end 4-2, but definitely not great today. Not sharp enough, not quick enough, just not good enough overall. We struggled to get the ball forward. Could not find our attackers at all. Like, get your head up, Bruno. This is bad ball. Like, and again, the combination of just individual sloppiness at the back, and then just again, this the lack of match fitness, sharpness from players trickling still in from the World Cup. Again, this is the second match for guys like Dalot, Bruno, Maguire, Shaw. I don't think even took part last week. Manu, Rashford. These guys, I mean, this is their first match as well. Cunha still has not been back that long either. So the sharpness is definitely not there. But again, it's just too late in the window now. If this had been maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago, it'd be perfect. But it is. I don't know, how long did these guys get for vacation? Like, Cobby should have been back a month ago, if we're being honest. Cobby should have been back immediately after the World Cup, as far as I'm concerned. I need to look up when Bruno even last played before I think he played. Yeah, Bruno only got 26 minutes against PSG, 30 minutes against Leeds, and before that, literally a full month. He literally had a month off before that cameo against Leeds. Like, this has been the first time Bruno's started all preseason. He's only played 50 minutes before this, combined over 2 friendlies. Hasn't played in a month. Mazraoui's another one who didn't come back till recently. Played, about a month ago, a little more than a month ago. Cunha literally only played against Leeds, didn't play anything against PSG, and he hasn't played since the first week of July either. So again, these guys are just not fit. None of them are fit. Dalot, let's look at Dalot. Dalot has played a little bit more, but even then, again, same as Bruno, not playing for a month before that, dude. It's freaking... Yeah, I agree, Danny. Euro can definitely play when you're playing a higher line, but I think that Maguire, I think we're trying to just get Maguire back and manage his minutes a little bit. That's why he didn't play in the last match. Yeah, but I mean, it is getting walked through because Cobby and Tielemans are not defensive players. So, and we said that when Santos went off, I was questioning the physicality of that. And so again, we know that we need a defensive-minded midfielder. We know that we need a left back. Like, it's not like it's any sort of major breakthrough. You're not going to see me go on and do a video about, oh, we need a left back. Like, we already know all this. We already know it's all like, what we need. Now it's just up to Ineos to do it, and they waited too late. So they're going to overpay this late in the window, which is, again, what they were trying to avoid in the first place. But if you're trying to avoid overpaying, then you needed to do all your business early. And that's full time. It will end 4-2 AC Milan. Happy to see the ref going and trying to get swap shirts with Modric there. Surprise, surprise. What a loser. But yeah, and now you're going to see a bunch of sensational thumbnails and headlines and posts because apparently, losing a friendly in preseason is a problem. People will be calling for Carrick's head. They'll be bashing all the players. It is what it is. Honestly, if you want to save yourself that kind of frustration or laughter, I mean, I just laugh at it. But if you just want to save yourself, I would just avoid social media for the rest of the day and avoid YouTube altogether for the rest of the day. But I wouldn't read too much into it. I think that the dip in sharpness had a lot more to do with, again, like I was reading out, a lot of these players have not played in barely any minutes in a month. Like Bruno has only played 25 minutes against Leeds, like 30 minutes against PSG, and then today was his first start. Cunha, again, barely any minutes. Cunha's literally only preseason minutes have come against Leeds. Like, that's it. So these guys are not fit. They're not sharp. And it has a lot to do with the World Cup. I think without the World Cup, this would have been an entirely different preseason. But again, It's fine. Everybody was happy to be excited up until today. I don't like if one match can't completely change your feelings, but we'll talk about how you feel about the whole match later on next week when we go into that. We'll talk about how you feel about the season. This week we'll do a kickabout and we'll talk about our expectations and our predictions and our demands for the season and things as well. So we'll talk about that a little bit as well. Might squeeze in a scouting report too. So, but yeah, honestly, if you don't want to see ridiculousness, I would just stay off social media. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go find something to watch. I'm going to go get my dog some lunch, and I'm going to go hang out. I do need to run to the store though, so I'll probably go do that as well. But you guys, I appreciate everyone for stopping in. But before you leave, make sure you hit that like button, please. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It did end 4-2 full time. AC Milan. They were just, you got to hand it to them. They were just better. Definitely more physical. Definitely more intense. And we knew that you kind of expected that coming into this. You knew that Amorim was going to want to stick it to us a little bit. It just is what it is. But don't run too heavily towards the negativity and the toxicity today. You're going to see a lot of that. But again, remind yourself it's preseason. The sharpness, the fitness are definitely not there. World Cup has a lot to do with that. And don't shift the blame from Ineos. Ineos are solely responsible for a lot of this because of the lack of business, the hesitation, like whatever you want to call it, the delay in strengthening the squad, all for the sake of spending money. Your only solution to solve problems cannot just be fire people or not spend money on players. Like, you have to strengthen the squad, because now you're costing it. You're costing Carrick. You're costing your chance of actually getting more revenue. Like, doing business early could have been the difference between going further in the Champions League, going further in domestic cups, finishing higher. Like, you can't just look and say, well, Carrick did third with the squad we had and we bought 2 midfielders, so he should do fine. Like, it's not just bare minimum. You have to actually strengthen and you have to build on that moving forward. So Ineos are going to take a lot of the responsibility. Some of the players today, like especially the defense, were absolutely dog shit these last couple matches. Heaven is not ready to start yet, and we kind of knew that. He's a teenager, but again, Licha, first match since the World Cup, so we'll see what happens there. But you guys like the video, please subscribe if you're new. I appreciate that. Check those memberships as well. It's the best way to get involved in the content. Remember, link pinned in the chat. 20% off the United vs. Everybody online store. Today and tomorrow is the last couple days, so go check that out as well. Until next time, make sure you hit that bell so you guys don't miss out on any content. But appreciate everyone for stopping in today. Again, we disagree on some things. We agree on some things. Don't ever hesitate to disagree. I just want to know why you disagree. So let me know how you think. But till then, take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I will see you guys on the next one.